Okay. Last week I went to see Downton Abbey the film. Bum 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 bum. That is so close. I'm in the park. I'm not in the castle. That's how it feels. I'm not Downton. I'm downtown from Downton. I watched Downton Abbey. Welcome to episode 5. We should start there. An apology for last week. Last week, I believed I was singing the Downton Abbey theme tune. It wasn't. It was Game of Thrones. But Holly, the ignorant slut she is, decided to say that it was a Star Wars theme tune, once again proving that women should not work together in groups. We would like to apologise and let you know that we have a man in the studio today. His name is Ollie, and thank the Lord he's here before me, Zofia and Holly make any more ignorant, womanly, whorish mistakes. Welcome to episode 5 of Helen's Log. We'll play the same tune.
Welcome to Helen's Log. Log as in a diary, not Helen's Log as in a tree that has been cut. Oh no. Or a toilet or a flume. Double no. Log as in a synonym for diary. It's Helen's Log. Just as she knows it's Helen's Log. The diary. It's a weekly diary podcast and it is called Helen's Log.
Yeah, and that's the opening I'm sticking with. Okay, we're doing it. We're doing. You know what the theme of this week's episode? Misogyny. I think that's charming, and we're all here for it. But Downton Abbey the film, no misogyny. No, there's always misogyny in that.
There must be loads of misogyny in that.
So much misogyny in it, and everyone I've seen since is like, "Oh, did you watch Downton? Is it any good?" And I'm like, "No." But it doesn't have to be. It doesn't matter if it's good or not. It's just, I cried my eyes out.
Did you actually?
Yeah, it was dedicated to Dame Maggie Smith.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course I was. And then a lot of them found love and happiness at the end. And they kind of deserved it. Not all of them, I guess. But Thomas is happy in a lovely gay relationship. No, maybe.
That's a big spoiler.
That's a spoiler. You know what? I'm sorry. If you love Downton Abbey and you didn't go in the first week, it's not a spoiler.
That's on you.
That's on you. Because I watched it in Picture House Central, which for anyone who's not from London is like the big cinema, like just off Piccadilly Circus, and Screen 1 there it's gigantic. Like it is Odeon Leicester Square style, huge. And they had Downton Abbey playing in Screen in Screen 1. And I told Nathan, who you all got familiar with last week, and he was like, there's no way they're going to move that to Screen 3. They will not sell enough tickets. They will not. And I was like, don't you fucking slag off Downton like that. You don't fucking know anything. I was one of 20 people in the entire screen.
Oh, 20s? That's a lot more than when you first booked it.
It's
I have
true.
to say
there was like 2.
Yeah.
And it was incredible. And I thought my friend Ria, who I was with, was going to get emotional as well because we'd watched it. So, you know those things that like they get in your bones because you like, I remember us watching Downton when it was coming out weekly, going through like the throes of like end of teens, early 20s, like what are we going to do with our lives? We were both working in shops and we were like so ambitious but like had nothing going for us. That's so unfair. And I kept on looking across at her during the film being like, oh, I bet she's like remembering all those times as well, all those times where we like were so broke or like, you know, and like Downton was all we had to do. And she was just looking at the screen like angry, confused. I'll do an impression for those on YouTube. It was like, but she just looked like so, and I was like, God, she's really suppressing. She's really suppressing her emotions here. But then I realized that she has no idea what was happening the whole film because she clearly has no memory of a single episode we watched. To the point where main characters would come on and she's like, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? And I'm like, are you fucking joking? And meanwhile, I'm sobbing. There's a family behind us of a mum who must be like 70 and her 2 adult kids. The kids are fine, but this mum is like, and then she says to me at the end, when that's very emotional, I went, oh, I cried. And then just like Rhea and her kids looking at each other like, what the fuck is this? Anyway, I've decided I'm going full Downton now. And that's how I ended up at a castle.
Wait, you went to a castle this week? Did you actually?
I actually did.
Where? What castle?
The bottom of Hampshire on the coast. It's called Highcliffe Castle. Highcliffe. And it's on a cliff and it is quite high. And I loved it. It was because I was going to Poole to do a tour show.
Yeah.
And I was going with my friend Eddie Hare. And we were like, let's make a day of this. Let's leave first thing in the morning and go see some stuff. Because I swear last time I was in Poole, some audience members told me there was a tank museum, army tanks, which obviously...
Which screams fun.
Are you being sarcastic? Are you being sarcastic?
No.
Because that felt sarcastic. Because a tank museum does... Ollie? Can you back me up here? Yeah, a tank. Yeah. He's nodding his head.
Ollie's put me in my place again.
We went to Highcliffe Castle, and I was like, okay, I wonder, they've got like a tea room so that we can have like a Jackie P for lunch. That'll be perfect. Because like, who doesn't want a Jackie P in an English heritage tea room for lunch, right?
I love that you call jacket potatoes Jackie P.
What do you call it?
Jacket potato.
A jacket potato. The full formal name.
Full name.
Yeah, well, I'm very
I don't
familiar
know
with
it,
the Jackie P.
Full name.
Sweetheart, I had a binge eating disorder for years. You don't think I loaded up a million Jackie P's with cheese and beans? We're very familiar with each other. Yeah, we're on less formal terms. I call them Jackie P's. Could you imagine if that's how it worked? The more familiar you are with the food,
you can go up a level.
I just call Domino's D's. That's how much I fucking love that place. I'm going D's, and everyone knows. No, everyone knows you don't go to D's, you order D's. Going to D's? No. Nathan goes to D's sometimes.
I worry about that boy.
He walks to Domino's Pizza because he refused to pay the delivery. And then he has...
Oh, that's quite savvy.
He has a special bag to carry it back in to keep it warm.
Is it also lime green?
Yes, actually,
Just like his door.
It's an old Tesco bag and it's like it matches his door.
He's having a very brat summer.
I think you have to be so confident to walk along the street with a Domino's pizza because there's so many like Instagrammers out in the wild now. And have you seen them? They go up to people and go, "Can I have a slice of your pizza?" Have you not seen this?
No, I've never heard of that in my life.
It's like a thing, and it's called like living life with like zero social anxiety, or like it's like rejection therapy. Like, to be rejected, and it's mainly people just asking if they can have some of your food or drink, and I think that's awful. Awful.
Feels very unhinged to me.
Open up my pizza on camera and give a slice to someone for them to do rejection therapy. No, ask your dad for a coffee like the rest of us do. Dad, do you want to hang out with me and have a coffee? Probably not.
No.
Okay, like that's rejection therapy of its own kind. Why are we getting a pizza?
That really, God, once I said like my dad is can be very unemotional, and I remember being like, oh, I'm gonna see how far I get with this, and I texted him being like, love you, and he replied, love to you too. He tried.
We both had dad heavy weeks because you hung out with your dad last night.
I did hang out with my dad last night. It was very fun.
That's very nice. I hung out with my dad last week too.
What did you do with your dad?
Dinner. A 5:45 p.m. dinner.
That's not. I like an early dinner. That's why I like hanging out with my parents. Eating at 6 o'clock. Yes, please.
And also my show. I had a show, so I was at the Comedia in Brighton, and he asked me. He was like, "Do you want to go for dinner before your show?" And I was like, Michael Bauer. Yes, I do. But I just been asked on a date by my dad. This never happens. And I was like, how does he know what day I'm performing? But it's because his girlfriend bought tickets and then she decided not to come. But still, she was tired. I get it. But like, either way, very funny. But we went for dinner beforehand and I was like, oh my God, maybe he wants to talk to me about something or he wants to ask how I am. Instead, we ordered our food and he was like, where are you this week? And I was like, oh, I'm going to Poole and Birmingham. And he went, let's check the weather in those places. And then the whole dinner was me trying to get him to look up at me because he was too busy telling me about the weather in those places and the weather where he's going, and he's in Portugal right now, the weather in Portugal. And then I was like, this is fine, this is just a classic Helen daddy dinner where it's just me being like, oh daddy, I did this thing, are you proud of? And him being like, oh, very good, yeah, I'm my fat daughter's telling me things again. Like, you know, like stuff like that. And usually you're fine with that. Because it's just like, you know, you just have dinner and then it's like, it's embarrassing because you're like desperately trying to get him to look at you, but it's like, whatever. I got a free soup out of it. But then I go to my show, I go on stage in Brighton, and the front row, the people who were sitting next to us at dinner were just in the front row. And I was like, were you just sitting next to me in that ramen bar? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, oh no. And then at the end of the show, I met some more people who were like also in the restaurant. And I was like, so the whole time I was having to deal with my dad, me being like, Daddy, look, Daddy, look at me. Daddy, I launched a podcast. Daddy. Like the whole time I was doing that, 6 people were looking over going like, fuck me, that's sad. And we're paying to see that in a minute. And this is the real show. Just me being like, and Dad, I bought a flat. Aren't you really proud of him being like, yeah. What's the weather like in St. Petersburg as of right now? Just out of curiosity, really. Like, are you fucking joking?
Oh, God.
Are you joking? And I've already agreed to go on holiday with this man next year.
What?
We're doing a Bauer family trip.
Oh, my God.
To Leipzig Zoo.
To where?
Leipzig Zoo.
Okay.
I know anyone else with special needs in their family will understand this. Every holiday is built around going to a zoo with the people with special needs in the family. Because my sister refuses to do anything unless there's animals involved. You know where she is right now? Kuala Lumpur. Why? There's a capybara cafe.
I mean, to be fair, I would do anything to go to a capybara
Yeah,
cafe.
obviously we would all do anything to go to a capybara cafe. I back Marianne 100% in this.
Yeah.
But like we've got like half our family live in Kuala Lumpur, you know, like we've got like a reason to go, but she would not go. And then she finds out there's a capybara cafe in downtown KL. Yeah, she's on the first plane out there. She's ready to meet these capybaras. That's horrendous.
She's never coming home.
Don't. Oh, I'm just going to be very excited. Oh, that's awful. All of a sudden, like, no. Because she's threatening to move in with me. We'll talk about this later.
Okay.
That's crazy nice, though. Oh, my God.
I'm sorry, I don't know if that's actually factually true.
No, maybe she would. She really likes the leaf-eating monkeys there. But then again, who doesn't? They're very
They don't have that over here.
We don't have any leaf-eating monkeys.
No.
That's very sad for us in many ways. Hi, it's me. Guess what? I'm on tour still. Thank you so much to everyone who's come so far, by the way. This has been a very magical journey for me, but the journey continues, and I'm going to tell you the dates right now, and you have to book tickets in advance, particularly for Manchester and London. You book now, because those are going. The rest of them, book now, to be kind. October 1st, I'm in Margate. 2nd of October, I'm in Cambridge. 5th of October, Manchester. I'm buzzing. There we go. 9th of October, Maidenhead. 11th of October, Portsmouth. 15th of October, Belfast. 16th of October, Dublin. 17th, Cork. No, that sold out. The extra show is in the evening. 17th again, but we'll do it late night, and I'll be performing it naked. I won't. 20th to the 25th of October, I'm in London, and then Nottingham, Zurich, Leicester, Coventry, Aldershot, York, Edinburgh, Newcastle, Glasgow. Oh my goodness. Very nice. Thank you very much. Goodbye. You guys, you logs, you sweet angels, you have left us so many lovely, sweet reviews on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube. You're subscribing, you're giving us, it means so much, and we love to read them, and it makes such a difference to this podcast being able to keep going, just like getting into people's faces. So if you haven't yet, please do comment on the episodes on Spotify, comment on YouTube, subscribe, like the episode. Please give us ratings and reviews on Apple Podcasts. It means so much and makes such a difference. Thank you so much. Bye.
Helen's log.
I forgot what I was saying. It was really good. Oh yeah, the castle. This episode, there's no guest. Okay, it's just going to be this for an hour. Strap in. Don't strap in. It's actually very chill. But it was charming. Like, when was the last time any of you went to like a National Trust or English Heritage property? I sound like I'm someone who's putting flags on roundabouts.
Yeah,
I am not putting flags on roundabouts. Quite frankly, I fucking hate the flags. It is scaremongering. We know that. Go.
I honestly can't remember.
But I couldn't remember either. That's why me and Eddie were like, we've got to go. We have to go to Highcliffe Castle. So we left at like 11 a.m. instead of at like 3 p.m. so we could go. And it was an English Trust Heritage Open Day or something. Mm-hmm. So the castle was free. But there was also a beach there. There was like a beach at the bottom of the castle. It's exactly how I imagine. What's the house in Rebecca called? That Daphne du Maurier book, that Alfred Hitchcock film. And you know, Rebecca, like it's a big house they live on, and then they go down to the beach, and that's where the
Is
the
this
outs,
a
the
good
outhouse is.
time to say I've not seen that film?
That's okay. You can say you haven't seen it.
I have not seen it.
The house is called Rebecca's
House.
Cottage.
Rebecca's house.
Rebecca's cottage. Rebecca's house.
Rebecca's house. Pickle Cottage.
Becky's housey. Becky housey. Oh my God. Beck's house. Beck's pad. Beck's pad. Okay, it's called Beck's pad. I feel like it's definitely not, but I think we're close enough. And it had like a beach down. So we get there. We were like, let's have lunchy. I had a Jackie P with Coronation chicken because I saw an 80-year-old eating it. And yeah, they were raking an absolute mess out of the curry mayo. Went around their mouth, but I think it was more of a dentures thing.
Why don't you call Coronation chicken Cece?
Not that familiar with it.
See, okay. I see.
Sadly, not as familiar as I'd like to be because I love Coronation chicken, and my granny used to make a really good one covered in grapes, which is not. I feel like Coronation chicken is such an acquired. Like if you explain it to someone, it makes people feel it's cold chicken in mayonnaise with curry powder and then big bits of fruits like apricot and sultanas, and it's all stirred together. In England it's a salad.
No,
you don't have Coronation chicken?
I can't say. I have such an aversion to anything like sultanas and raisins and stuff like that, and I just don't want to put mayonnaise and chicken in the mix. No way.
I love it so much.
Well, I'm more for you in the world. Great.
We have to get my cousin Sophie on the podcast because I lived with her. Like we shared a bed actually for like a year when we first moved to London as teenagers because like we just had no money and there was no way we could afford to live in London.
Yeah.
So we just rented a room together. Twice actually we did it. And I was like clinically addicted to Coronation chicken at this point. And I would buy the pots of like pre-made curry chicken. There we go, curry chicken. I'd buy that in Sainsbury's and then eat it with a spoon.
Oh, Helen.
Like consistently as a snack. This is like pre-made, probably made like 2 weeks before I'm eating it. Chicken mayonnaise with fruit. And I wasn't that sexually active. Do you think there's a link? I just suddenly thought about that. No one really wants to go down on the chicken girl.
No.
On the cold Coronation chicken girl. You know what? I'm going to lick that out. That'll be brilliant.
Also, you don't want to be that name in like some group's WhatsApp or something
the
like
Coronation
that.
Chicken girl.
Coronation chicken girl.
Can you just picture like 19-year-old me, wide-eyed, living in the big city, walking around with a spoon and a tub of Coronation
I really
chicken?
can.
Like, I'm from Hampshire. I love this.
Can you tell?
Yeah, I've got a binge eating disorder, but I don't know yet. It's just a bit of fun. I had a Coronation, like, it was one of those, okay, if you do live in South Hampshire, can I recommend that you go to Highcliffe Castle? Because it has won awards, its cafe, and its tea rooms. It was Jackie potato. Eddie had chicken schnitzel. Come on, with really good fries. And they did sandwiches, paninis, and like a couple of really nice little dishes. And then we went for a walk on the beach. Unfortunately, I insisted we went to the beach before the house because I didn't know the timings of the house, which meant when we entered the house, we only had 5 minutes to see everything.
Oh, dear.
And the old volunteers were very worried and concerned.
Of course.
They were like, miss the kitchens, go in, turn left, look at the staterooms and leave. And we were like, understood. Eddie turns right. I'm immediately like, we can't. She just said turn left. I'm at sea because I want to obey, but I also want to have fun. I realised immediately that I fucked up because there's a whole dressing up area that I could have really enjoyed.
Oh,
and
Helen,
I only got to try on a hat.
That.
And I know I would have loved it. And I got to try on one hat. And then one of the older volunteers was like, we don't really have time for this. But I kind of respect her because we didn't really have time for it.
Yeah.
So then I had to rush around, but I saw the old kitchen and that made me feel like I was in Downton, and that was very fun. And then because we walked to the beach and back and that took about 10 minutes, we had a coffee and a cake each. I had
Coronation cake.
I had a coronation chicken cake. No, but I would eat that.
That could never exist. It can't even. No,
I am
dread
so
to think.
open-minded. No, can I just quickly, like, I don't want to scream at you because I think you're.
Are you
going to
put that in Chat GPT? Like, what would
No,
my
no,
coronation?
No. But as someone
Send me an AI picture.
No. But as someone who's worked in bakeries before, the introduction of the brioche as the sandwich bread for savoury things is inherently a cake with sandwich filling. It is. And you're looking at me like I'm some sort of freak. And you know I'm right. You know I'm fucking right. And I wish I was a camera on Holly right now because she's judging me. But it's like the brioche was a cake. A brioche, right?
Yeah.
And then we'd put ice cream in it or we'd fill it with like cream, whatever. And now you get a burger in it. Okay? People put ham and turkey in it. And that's now. So if you put coronation chicken in that, yeah, you got a coronation chicken cake. And I think we all need to open our fucking minds, okay? And the earth is flat. There you go. How about that? And we need to figure out what's underneath it.
Okay, this is the conspiracy theories episode. Please send them in. No,
I actually do have a conspiracy theory. I actually do have one.
We can't go down this route.
This one I actually made myself.
Is it about the Battle of Hastings?
It's about the Battle of Hastings. I messaged you this
Okay,
morning.
Helen messaged this morning saying, I have a theory about the Battle of Hastings, and I couldn't respond.
We messaged to the entire group. Sophia messaged being like, do we have a guest today? And I was like, no. It's just us because I have a theory on the Battle of Hastings. And then Holly just immediately going, yeah, I've not prepped for the Battle of Hastings. And it's like, it's too bad it's happening. Can I blow your minds? So I listened to a lot of podcasts last week because I was traveling, right? And me and Eddie Hare, who I did Poole and Birmingham with, we're both very passionate about Vikings, it turns out. Very passionate, okay? So we started like just chatting about it, and then I went off down my own rabbit hole of 1066. Because you know what's crazy and I didn't realise? When I say 1066, what do you think about?
That it was won on Christmas Day.
Which can't be true. The Battle of Hastings can't have been won on Christmas Day.
I swear
the battle started in like October.
I swear I read that. Or maybe William was crowned king on Christmas Day.
Yeah, that might be right. But I don't think the battle was, no. Who's doing a battle in December?
It started on October 14th. And actually maybe then that doesn't make sense. You think
the battle was fought, it was fought on October 14th.
I think maybe he was,
start and end
maybe he was crowned on Christmas Day.
Yeah, maybe. But the battle was not October 14th to December 25th.
Okay, that does seem wrong.
I'd love a man's.
Have I mixed it up? I think I've mixed it up with the nativity.
Well, when you said to me earlier, I was like, you were like, oh, you don't know about when the battle was won.
So
you don't know when the battle
was
was won. It's like, well, it can't have been. Chris, imagine a 3-month battle. That's chaos.
I'm looking this up right now.
Okay, I just looked it up. You have to believe her. Believe her. Believe her.
What does it say?
It says the Battle of Hastings was fought on the 14th of October, 1066.
Well, no, but when was William? If he was crowned king,
you want to know when William the Conqueror was crowned a king?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that will take me a long time to figure out. You can.
Okay.
Coronation, 25th of December, 1066. So you remembered a date, but it was the wrong fact of the date. Do you want a congratulations for that? Okay, this is another public apology for spreading fake news, lies, and hate. Also, I think we have to accept that this episode is going to be called Coronation King, Coronation Chicken, Coronation.
No, because that's...
It's going to be a coronation episode.
No, it sounds too flaggy. I don't like it.
It does, doesn't it? It sounds really flaggy.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing that. But okay, wait for this. So when I see 1066,
I was so confident. Sorry, I've gone bright red.
Really embarrassed yourself. Don't worry, I'm about to tell you my theory, which I did tell to. I went to the Tate Modern with Sam Campbell on Saturday, and I told him my theory before we went in. He was like, "Oh no, I think that's right." And I was like, "I think it is." And then we didn't see Ark because there was a hawk, and I got distracted. Anyway, focus. 1066. I say that. You guys think Battle of Hastings, which the Anglo-Saxons lost to the French, to the Normans, right? The Normandy people coming over. Do you know what happened like 3 weeks before that? Like why they lost? This is crazy.
They had dodgy coronation chicken.
You know, They had really bad coronation.
They had
No,
really
because
bad.
Coronation chicken invented 1952 for the coronation of our Queen Elizabeth II. May she rest in eternal peace. No. There was another battle, which I can't remember the name of right now, which is really annoying. I swear I researched this. What's the battle that happened outside of York? Hello? The Battle of, 1066 battles. Please, can everyone bear with me? Because this is really good once I get to it. It also...
The one just before?
Stamford Bridge.
Stamford Bridge, yeah.
Right. I'm going to give everyone a quick history lesson here, not because I want to patronize anyone, but because I know we have Americans who listen. I make myself laugh, and that's what matters. Right. So, 1066, crazy year in the UK. Okay. So what happened is...
You're staring at me so intently.
Because I'm very passionate about this.
I'm just playing chess on my phone at this point.
You mustn't.
I'm not doing.
But I only just learned this. So, right, I've only just started getting interested in the Vikings, like very recently, because my goodness, bad boys. You can pillage, but why do you have to do the rape? And I'm sick of saying it. I'm sick of saying it. Do one, not the both. Not the both. It's horrendous. But either way, they came over on ships and did awful things. But they were like, and the Anglo-Saxons, which is like the English at this time, right? But like, we don't really know what we are. We're a full mess. And they're sort of like, oh no, the bloody Vikings are coming. But we didn't really have a king either. Because every single time a king died or got killed, it wasn't clear who was in the line of succession. Like, it was always like someone's cousin, and they were always like 6 years old. So like, everyone was a bit like, we're kind of fucked at this point. Like, and everyone sort of like, I guess I'm king. So it just got to the point where people just had to, if they found out the king died, you just had to rush to the cathedral and get coronated. I'm not joking. Like, they would just be like, oh, I'm close.
It's me.
It's like, you know those things online where people like tuck money into like a random place and then they like zoom out and you've got to go find the money. It's like that, but for being the king of England. And it was just lads just
like Charley and the
racing.
Chocolate Factory with the golden ticket. Yeah.
Literally, they would just race and be like, my mum fucked his dad. And now we're related. And then they would just shove a crown on them and be like, I guess.
That probably is true.
I think it's true. I believe it. Half of these things I have made up in my head to make it better.
I mean, it sounds way more believable than my Christmas Day fact.
This is the thing. I think I understand history, but because I get it all through like random podcast bits, I have to put things together, which is what's happened now. So at this point, at the beginning of 1066, someone called Harold Godwin has been like, I guess me. I'll take it. I'll take the crown. And he's got brothers. That's very nice for him. Apart from one of his brothers he doesn't get along with very well.
Was he the Earl of Wessex? Earl of Wessex.
His brother was the Earl of Northumbria.
Oh, okay. That's, yeah.
Very nice. But his brother was like, they fell out. Like Harold and his brother, like one of them, he was like the Earl of Northumbria, and then they had like a big falling out. And then his brother just decided to go to Scandinavia to find an army to kill his brother. Which is so mean.
That is also so premenstrual. Honestly, men
teenagers.
Yeah.
This is a teenage boy who's like, oh my God, like, you're being a fucking dick to me. And he's like, well, I'm the king. And he's like, you're being a dick. And he's like, okay, fine, then we'll just like shut the fuck up. And he's like, no, I'm going to go to Scandinavia and find an army. Could you imagine just deciding that? Also, how do you land in Scandinavia and go, anyone want to kill my brother?
They probably didn't have a lot to do and had like a lot of rage, so they'd be like, yeah, I'm up for it. I'm up for a war.
There was no talking therapy, huh?
Yeah, there was nothing like
no
that.
Talking therapy. It was very sad for them. And like, they knew that there were like loads of really angry men in Scandinavia that love to kill and chop. So
what?
They were like, we should find them.
Why were they so angry?
The
Cold?
Vikings.
Oh yeah.
Because of Valhalla. Like, the idea is that Valhalla's Viking heaven. That's like in their religion. Mm-hmm. Their belief was the only way to make it Valhalla is to die on the battlefield, to die like fighting for Thor and for Odin. Really,
wow,
that sounds crazy. But like, so it was ingrained in them to be very aggressive because that's the only way they'd have goodness in their minds. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. I'm taking it all in. I'm having a nice history lesson.
Right? So So this brother goes over to try and find people, and meanwhile King Harold's like, I'm the fucking king, and this is the start of 1066. And then King Harold gets told that this fucking French guy, William, is like getting an army together in France, but he wants more soldiers than the French, so he's going to Sicily and getting people, and he's like, fucking hell. This is not, because you've just become king and then you find out you're getting invaded. It's like buying a flat and then finding out it's got mold.
You got
mold.
Mold.
You'd be
and
like,
mice.
oh damn it, I would have let my brother have it then. This sucks. Then King Harold is like, oh fucking, like he's running around the UK being like, anyone in for this? Anyone in for this? Like, we've got, the French are coming, pretty much. The French are coming. They're bringing some Italians. I'd love to have numbers. So he's trying to get people together like crazy. Meanwhile, he's forgotten about his brother, which he must never do. Because his brother's met another Harold Valhardra or something like that, who's a really nasty Viking who's like, I'm up for it. I'll come kill your brother and shoot people. Why not? That's fun for me. And you got to remember, like, everyone else at this point is using like bows and arrows and like they've got wooden shields. The Vikings are still like, I reckon an axe will do. Like they all prefer the axe, which is horrendous because that is so much more like do you know what I mean? Smashy.
I feel like I'm in my GCSE history exam and I don't know anything. Where like I can feel the anxiety like rising in my chest, and I'm going, oh my god. Like, I'm going to start rocking back and forth in a minute. No, it's
also
fine.
Really cool that you did GCSE history.
Didn't you?
No, I wasn't allowed.
What do you mean you
I
weren't
was in the
allowed?
bottom sets. You weren't allowed to pick like the whatever. I'm sure they got a name for them, but the smart subjects.
That's so rubbish.
I mean, I
but you're
really read
so
all right.
No, but you're so.
In all fairness, I couldn't really read all right.
Yeah, but you're so smart and you know so much about history.
I was the dyslexic kid. I had to like, go in a different class to have my exams taken.
It was a different time. It was a different time.
It was a different time.
But they still should have let you do the subjects that you wanted to do.
Yeah, they should have done, if I'm honest.
To be fair, they didn't let me do Spanish. They made me do ICT and I failed it.
ICT was so I
refused.
ICT short course. Like everyone had to do a mini GCSE in ICT, and I got a D.
Ours was really weird. We had to like make a PowerPoint about eating your 5 a day, and I refused to do it. And like I just sat there every class and just would just twiddle on my thumbs and like distract other people.
That's crazy. Also, that 5 a day thing apparently is bullshit.
Of course, it's bullshit.
You know, in Japan, it's eat 12 a day.
What?
Like every country has its different numbers.
Everything
like
is better in Japan, so I believe that. I think.
Also, that 5 a day thing, like those rules just don't make sense, because when you think about it, like every adult's body metabolizes different, is a different size, and also you do different things each day. Like one day you might need 10 pieces of fruit because you're like running a marathon on your feet all day. Other days you're sick and you're in bed all day, you don't need 5 pieces of fruit. So any rules to do with food don't actually make sense or work. They don't, because the idea is the same rule is for a really sickly, ailing 96-year-old as for a 20-year-old who's an athlete. There's no rules. There's no rules apart from Special K for breakfast and lunch. Skip those meals. Weigh out 30 grams with, I'm going to say, 50 milliliters skimmed milk. Water the skimmed milk down even further. That's your breakfast and lunch. If it doesn't fill you up, you're disgusting.
And also, the world is flat. The earth is flat.
The world is fucking flat. The world is flat. Okay? Otherwise, why do those planes keep going missing? Because they go off the edge. Could you imagine? Actually, I can. People do believe that. And they are wowzers. Anyway, 1066.
Oh my God.
Okay, so the brother has found another Harold who's a Viking, and he's like, yeah, I'll 100% come and attack. But thing is, our sweet King Harold, well, he's not a sweet king, he just crowned himself some like ego man, was like, preparing for an invasion from the French in the south. However, this is like the end of summer, and it was like a really bad summer in 1066. Like no one was getting a tan, right?
No.
And it was rainy.
It's like my summer all the time.
Like everyone's summer all the time. And then William the Conqueror in France, he's got his big army and he's waiting on the beaches in France, and he's like, oh no, I can't make it over. I can't get there, which sucks for him, right? Because he's gagging to get there. And then William's in France.
Sorry, you're on first name terms.
Willie's in France. He can't get over. Harold the King.
No, you have to give Harold a nickname now, otherwise it's not
I
fair.
know. Can I say King Harold and then Viking Harold?
Rosie.
Harold Godwinson. Godwinson. Harold, King of the Anglo-Saxon England's Harold is like, okay, well, they can't make it over, but I've got my army and I'm prepared. And he's sort of like waiting for them. He's around London, you know, and he's like, they're going to land on the south coast. Pretty sure it'll be around like Hastings, St. Leonard's area, but like, we'll figure it out, right?
That's where my parents live.
That's where your parents live, and they shouldn't, because they're at risk.
I'll tell them right now.
They are at risk there.
The Vikings are coming. Leave.
Really? No, not the Vikings.
Oh, sorry.
The French.
This
is why men do history podcasts. Right, who's on that period? Who's bleeding? Because someone's messing it up, and it's not me this time.
I'll put my hands up. That's why Ollie's here for supervision. In case I do witchcraft.
For the benefit of the listener, Ollie has now got his hand over his eyes, and he made a groan noise. And yeah, he's struggling in this room a little bit because we keep on being sexist, and then he obviously can't join in, and that's very fun for all of us. And right now he's laughing. He doesn't know what to do. He's not coming back again for a month. We reckon.
Try being sexist.
He's having a panic attack. Zofia, do you want to smile and give him a thumbs up, maybe? Zofia's so used to me, she doesn't even blink anymore.
Ollie, you have to be sexist. It's actually sexist if you can't be sexist. Yeah. That's misogyny right there.
Call me a fat slut. Do it.
Yeah.
Look me in the eyes and call me a fat slut, you piece of shit. Shut up, everyone. We're doing a history corner. This is Helen's history corner.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. So then, but the French can't come over. So King Harold in England is like, oh, well, okay, cool. I'll just chill with my army and we can maybe do some training exercises. And then someone goes, King Harold, you've been invaded. And he goes, what? They're here already? I thought they couldn't come over the channel. I thought the weather was bad. And they went, forget the French. The Vikings are back. And he's like, you've got to be fucking kidding. And during this time, Harold Hardrada, the Viking Harold, and Harold Godwin's brother, the English Harold, have landed in Northumbria. And this is when Northumbria was like everything above the River Humber. Like Northumbria now in the UK is a smaller county, but it used to be just like Wessex, London, Wales, Scotland, and Northumbria was like that. Yeah. Was the that's where the Vikings had, because that's where you'd land to invade us, and no one was having anything to do with the Scots at this time because they also had axes. Bloody hell, did they have axes too? Anyway, and they're like, oh, for fuck's sake! So then Harold's army has to go up while the Vikings are coming down, right? And they end up meeting just outside of York, which is like north middle of the country, and they end up having a battle called the Battle of Stamford Bridge, which is a very famous battle. Also, people know it as the battle that ended the Viking era in England. Like that was the end of the Vikings in England. Like no one tried again after that. Like they were like, okay, cool. We're not having anything to do with those bloody English again.
Why is the only image coming into my head is the rap battle from 8 Mile?
It's very similar to the rap battle of 8 Mile, apart from with a lot of dead and a lot of corpses, and then people taking everything off the corpses and then just left to rot in a field for years and years and years. And now Holly's laughing.
I'm not laughing at that.
But that happens, right, in like September of 1066. But they do this big battle and the Anglo-Saxons win. The Vikings, they're done. Like brothers are killed. All the brothers are killed. Like it's just absolute chaos. Harold Godwinson is still alive. The King of England is still alive. Mm-hmm. And they finish that battle. There's quite a few soldiers left on the English side, but it's just chaos. And during that battle, they are exhausted by the end of it. It's just been like the Viking. It's a bad fight, right? And then they get a notice saying the French are here. That's awful. At the same time. So then Harold has to go to the boys like, lads, really appreciate the last couple of days. Like, you've done fucking amazing. Sorry about your dads and brothers and your sons. Awful, really. Let's go again. We got to go again. We got to do it again. So then he has to march them from York to Hastings, which is on the south coast. And they just have to go the whole way because they're like the French are coming. Like they're literally like getting on their boats now. And then the Battle of Hastings happens, which I think people probably know as the Buyer Tapestry Battle. People know. I don't need to.
I know it more as the Battle of Hastings. Gonna say
it's the one
full name terms.
It's the one where like it's 1066 is famous because it's where people think that like we got our first king of England. Okay, Zofia's pointing at herself because I wasn't looking and talking into the microphone. Yeah, and now I am again because it's very important we understand this. 1066 is when we got like what people, I mean, there's this like raging long-term debate about who the first king of England was. It's probably some guy called like Athelred or something like that, or Edward the Confessor. It's one of those. There's three and people don't know which one it was. Like no one knows who the first king of England was.
I mean, all of them are like called like Harry, just like.
Well, it was
flip a coin.
It was just chaos because everyone was just guessing and randomly coronating themselves, which I'm kind of obsessed with. I think we should bring that back. Like when King Charles dies, I think lads should just race.
No, that would be chaos.
Yeah, but it'll be great. The lads will just race, and the women will be like, "We made a new system, and we've already like chosen our favourite one at Tyburn or something." It'll be great. We've already picked. It's Alison Hammond. Too bad, everyone.
Oh my god, I would love if it was Alison Hammond.
Oh my god, I'd love. But I also wouldn't wish that on her. She deserves better than that.
She does deserve better.
Like you don't want to live in that big palace. Like the decoration. Come on, you can't paint those doors any colours.
Also, it must be so hard to clean. I know the royal family aren't cleaning their own house, but like,
I think they have people to help them.
Still,
I've got like my best friend Frances has a dust allergy. They're not visiting me in the palace, you know.
Yeah,
there's no way. They'd be scratching and sneezing and rashing everywhere. I mean, that's a normal day for Frances. Hello, Frances. You're very rashy, and I know you know that. But then we lose. We lose to the French, of course we do, because we're fucking exhausted during this entire Battle of Hastings. But what my point is I never fucking knew that the Battle of Hastings, obviously it was lost by the English, because even though there were more people willing to fight in the Anglo-Saxons than there were actually from the French and Italian. Like William came over with less people, but they'd just been marching for 3 weeks after a battle, and they just lost everyone they loved. So they just lost it, obviously. And then we got William the Conqueror, who then got coronated at Westminster Abbey.
Not on Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day.
Oh, I thought you said it.
Oh my God, you fucking... Right, you're a fat slut. Yeah. Thank you, Ollie. I'm glad you joined in. He didn't. William the Conqueror got... We literally
yes,
just
I was
discussed
joking.
This. No, you weren't joking.
I was joking.
You fucked up.
I was joking.
Isn't this all very interesting, though? Which leads me to my theory. This is when it gets really good. So that year, 1066, can we all just agree? I sound like such a... Can we agree? Can we agree? Not a great year to be a human, because that's a lot of killing, right? There's just battles, killing, everyone's fighting each other, and it's not neighbourly. Okay, because we could all get along and love each other, but instead we're all fighting because of men's egos, kind of.
I mean, has anything changed?
Literally no, and it's so fucking depressing because we literally have learned nothing. And like a lot of the reason that they're like the lads were like just like fighting was because people were just fucking racist and they were scared of immigration. Even in like 1066, they were like, that person's coming. Like it's exactly the fucking same, and it's fucking grim as shit. And this leads me to my theory. 1066, bad year. One.
Is that it? Then we wrap it. No. 1066, bad year.
666. Bad number, right?
Yeah.
Wait for this. You think 666, 1066. There's got to be a link. Bear with me. Okay? Because it's only 2 6s. But then 10 minus 4. And there's 4 numbers in 1066. 6. So it's 666. And then you think about other 6s, okay? Because this is the devil's number. And I was like, how did we end up with 666? I never understood that, right? We go forward to the year 1666. What happened in 1666, Holly? Okay, Zofia knows. Go on, Zofia. Great Fire of London, which granted only killed about 30 people. However, what else happened in 1666? The Black Death! The plague! That's another really bad year Really bad.
Helen, I'm cancelling your Reddit account.
No!
This is not
isn't
good.
Reddit. This was all in my head.
It's not. That's even worse. Don't admit that publicly.
A long time alone, okay? That's crazy. So what's going to happen
Is this
in 2066? Are you guys hearing this?
Battle of Boots?
Battle of Boots? What's the Battle of Boots?
Just
when
everyone.
Superdrug loses it.
Yeah. Superdrug and Boots absolutely battle it out finally. Who has the best products and the lowest prices?
I thought it was very interesting. Maybe not the sixth thing. That sort of blew my mind though, because I was like, maybe every country has a different devil's number. Because you know how like lucky numbers are different everywhere around the world and stuff like that. And I was like, maybe that's how ours came about. On tour you do spend a lot of time alone.
Yeah, I'm starting to realise.
And now I'm realising that when I'm talking out loud. But this is kind of what
I'm going to start ringing you more.
I'd really appreciate
I'll
that.
do that.
Maybe that's for the best.
Don't you worry.
But wasn't that interesting?
That was very interesting. I learnt a lot.
Did you actually?
I clearly did.
Me
coming in like, actually, I think it was on Christmas Day.
But I didn't know he was coronated on Christmas Day, and that's very nice to know.
That is nice to know.
And then next week we're going to cover William the Conqueror.
Please
and
no.
And then who comes after?
Please no. I promise you we won't. We'll have a guest. Please listen again.
Yeah, and I'm going to discuss with her William the Conqueror. Is that okay by everyone?
We'll speak about that when I ring you every day to check how you're doing on your tour.
I would love that. I think it's also because I was wronged last week, which you know about.
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that in the extras.
But like, I'm just like, I think I just was like, I'm going to escape into history podcasts. Also,
and talk about when other people were wronged.
Who was on one of the history podcasts I listened to from like 2011. Isn't that crazy? I was like listening to like an old BBC in our time, in this time, one of those old history podcasts. And they went, and Anglo-Saxon expert John Hines. And I went, my uncle's an Anglo-Saxon expert. What the fuck? And then it was like, hello. And I was like, oh my God, Uncle John.
That's so cool.
I know, I should have texted him, huh?
You can text him after.
Like, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Hello, it's Helen Bauer interrupting Helen Bauer on Helen's Log. That's right, it's me! Here to tell you that, yeah, you get a free episode every Thursday, and isn't that a lovely thing? But wouldn't the world be a better and brighter place if every Thursday you got an episode ad-free, and every Friday you got an extra episode ad-free? What a world that would be. A world that I want to live in, and you can live in it if you join us on Helen's Log on patreon.com/Helen's Log. And if you pay a $5, you get the extra episode every week and it's ad free, and that's very happy and nice for you. And if you pay a $10 and you become a logger, you get all of that, and you get a shout out and future perks yet to come. God bless us all. And thank you very much, because really, don't you want to give me money, given everything I've been through? God bless us.
Helen's Log.
Hello. That was a lot about history, and I think we've all learnt a lot. And maybe I have a problem with conspiracy theories that's coming out. And me and Holly and Ollie and Sophia have just had a chat, and we've decided that we're going to get me on the phone a lot more with people.
Yeah.
And I think we're just going to steer me in a better direction as far as maybe not listening to so many history podcasts and maybe starting to read a bit more.
Maybe just step outside, get some sunlight, that kind of
Heard
thing.
about the sun.
Yeah, it has benefits.
That's the thing. So I went to a castle and a beach and like breathed in the sea air, but I was with Eddie and we talked about Vikings.
It was really lucky that you didn't, step off the edge of the earth near the beach.
Because where would I end up? Underneath, with all the stuff that's under the earth, the flat earth, which I think is sand, and I will always say that. Now, we're gonna reroute me before we become that podcast, because Logs, you don't deserve that. Loggys, you deserve better than to be a conspiracy theorist podcast fan. You deserve that, and I'm gonna make your world better by. We're going to try something, and I'm very excited for this. Me and Holly think this is going to be the funnest thing ever, because on Trusty Hogs, obviously, we did audience questions, and we're like, We might still do that. We're just figuring it all out. But I really want to do embarrassing stories. And Holly loves embarrassing stories. And I think because I share so much with you that's embarrassing in my life, it's only fair you tell me your embarrassing stories. And yeah, we did a call out for this on Patreon. And yeah, the first couple we got are about poo. And yeah, we're diving in, okay? But just know that you can tell us things that aren't poo. But if poo is the main thing that's happened to you, that's fine. I nearly shit myself so consistently. You know what, Holly? You don't know this. I nearly shit myself in front of your boyfriend yesterday.
Oh,
there you go.
I've just pooed myself right now, so
just
that
now,
I need a nappy and a break. Yeah.
Ollie's having a really tough time, man. Oh my God, this is not how it normally goes. Normally we talk about God, what would be a good topic? Equal pay. Equal pay. Normally,
the suffragettes
and equal pay. Yeah, about Emmeline Pankhurst and why she was an absolute bitch. No, she was a good woman, and I stand by that. Her and Sylvia and Christabel, all of the gals, all the gals. But today we've got some embarrassing stories, and I'm going to read them, and I think it's going to be very healing for me to hear stuff you've gone through, given that you know everything that happened to me. Actually, Holly doesn't know this. Yesterday, I arrived at Up the Creek in Greenwich because I was doing... Holly's boyfriend runs some lovely gigs, and I was doing a gig which was like a fundraiser for Palestine in the afternoon, and I was walking from Greenwich Station. I was like, I need to poopy. I need to poopy. And it suddenly hit me, and I get to the venue and I'm like, God, all the comedians are going to be upstairs. This is going to be awful. And I run in and I go, I need a wee. And then I shit myself. Not myself, I shit in the toilet.
Oh,
and
thank
then I came
God.
out and I went, I really needed that wee. But they knew. I could tell he knew. And you know what he did? Didn't say anything. And then as soon as I turned my back, he went, she just shit herself. But this is our embarrassing story. I don't know who it's from, so we're going to say A. We'll start at A. That makes sense. It's all going to be A. Okay, yo. So me and my friend went to an award show in Blackpool. Don't know why that's relevant, but it felt important to tell you. It is always important to give a setting. So Blackpool, if anyone doesn't know, is this beautiful like countryside estate in the UK, and it's just like greenery and wild horses, and it's bloody gorgeous. That with chicken nuggets for $1.99 and a couple of roller coasters that are definitely not safe. Blackpool. So the Saturday night we are in full glam, looking mega hot, and she even won an award in her category. An amazing night and a real high in her career. Okay, girls are having a great time. Fast forward to the next morning. With a dodgy hangover, we are driving home. She's been struggling. Okay, I love this. I feel like you've written in a story about the time your friend had an embarrassing incident, which is inherently just incredible and gorgeous.
Women supporting women.
This is women not supporting women. She's been struggling the last few months with IBS. Also, no judgment. I just said my friend Francis is rashy. And they are the last few months with IBS and has been feeling a bit wobbly. We are now driving home after a cheeky McDonald's, and her belly makes a sound like I've never heard before. Okay, so this
it's all happened. It's happened to everyone.
I watched an Instagram reel on this. You think the sound is because you're hungry, but it's actually poo going down your intestine.
Gorgeous.
That's what I saw on Instagram. I think it might be both. But it's poo moving, which is horrible because that means next time my tummy rumbles on the podcast, you're all going to be like, her poo's moving. And it's not. It's not necessarily. Well, it is. I've never... Okay. Cheap in McDonald's and her belly makes a sound I've never heard before. Little sign saying we are 5 miles away from a service station. She says to me she needs to go to the loo and isn't sure if she can wait, which means she can't wait.
Yeah.
If you say you're not sure, it means like, is there a plastic bag?
Yeah.
Either way, I'm about to make a real cunt of myself. I ask what she means, and she's like, mate, I can't wait, which we already knew.
Yeah.
As I tried to move us over to the police lane, she proceeds to go into the back seat of the car and have a shit into a McDonald's bag. which we then had to place in a service station bin 4.8 miles later. I was the best woman at her wedding a few weeks later and managed to fit this story into my adorable poem/speech for the big day. A great day for all.
Oh my God, imagine your in-laws hearing that.
I think this is just like, you know what? This should be an embarrassing story, but it's not. It's a story of female friendship.
It's
a story of female friendship.
It's going to be like an indie feminist film very soon.
That's so beautiful. That's really beautiful. Like the fact that you were like, I can't wait. And you went into the back seat and you just allowed your friend to go like, yeah, this is what's happening. This is what you're shitting into a bag.
Immediately my brain was like, well, was the McDonald's bag empty or did it have their McDonald's in it? Did it have it? I hope so.
Driving home after a cheeky McDonald's. They finished it.
Thank God.
And you know what? Still a risk. Can I say that? Because if it's a poo that's caught you a bit by surprise, solidity-wise. Wait, is that what you say? You don't say solidity, do you?
Yeah.
Solidity, is that a word?
Solidity, yeah.
Solidity-wise, you're not playing with the driest. Oh, I'm just guessing. Well, you wouldn't be, would you? You wouldn't be. The
like
more
a
by
wee
surprise
out the
you
other
take
end.
it, the wetter it comes.
Oh.
Just in general. And McDonald's bags, paper. So, okay, Ollie just said, oh, fucking God.
Ollie's having a really hard time. This is what women talk about.
Is this not a safe spaces podcast? I worry that it's not.
It is a safe space.
It is a safe space.
Of course.
Are you okay? He looks like he's having a panic attack again.
I'm good. I just get stressed out with life.
He gets stressed out.
Ollie's a very nice man. He's a better human than all of us.
Can I say that I
combined.
was going to just say, oh, I hope you got it into one of the burger boxes? Because I think that would make more sense for the wetness of the poo. So what I was trying to say was a very lovely
I don't know,
thing.
but soggy cardboard, that's not going to work.
No, I'm not saying it's going to work, but you've got 4.8 miles on a motorway to get through. I'd rather have it inside of a box. Like, you know the Big Mac boxes or the quarter pounder with cheese boxes?
Yeah.
I'd rather have it in that and then a paper bag than just a paper bag.
I'd be praying that they got the like 20 chicken nuggets box because that's quite like,
that's
very rectangle, you know, that would save it.
And also size-wise, it'd be easier to get it in that. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean? 'Cause,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
How good is your aim? You know?
Like
with a poo? I don't know how to aim with a poo.
I don't know either.
I've never had... I mean, people miss. We've all been in those public toilets where you're like, you really missed. How'd you miss with a poo?
Sometimes you think we had like...
Miss with a wee. Sure, people do that.
I feel
understand.
Did you... At uni, we had like a mystery... I feel like every uni flat has a mystery shitter where you're like, who has done this or whatever. And I remember there was
what
like...
do you mean? Or like shit in the kitchen or like...
No, not shit in the kitchen.
What?
Where it'd be like...
I
You'd
don't
be
know,
like...
you know.
There was like one fact where they just kept finding... Someone just kept missing the seat and like just like sitting on the thing.
On the
not missing the thing. Shitting on the seat.
toilet seat.
Yeah.
How though?
I don't know.
How?
But then...
Because like I understand like with wee, sometimes even I spray with a wee and I'm sitting fully down because I'm just like, I'm in such, you know, when you're like, you're desperate to wee, but you can't uncross your legs because you're like, if I uncross them, I'll start pissing, but you need to pull your jeans down.
Yeah.
So you got to do that and then you just sort of like, and then like a little bit squirts or something the wrong way.
That's
Me
fine.
neither then.
That's
You know
flirty
what?
and fun.
That's flirty and fun, and I give it a wipe, okay? But like to miss with a poo.
The shame you'd bring upon your family.
How do you do that? Unless you have one of those really long taints. You know, because like everyone's taint is different. I've definitely spoken about some trusty hogs before. So so you know this I'm so aware of Ollie right now. No, don't be sorry. I love you being
Ollie,
here so
never
much.
leave
I want you
us.
to hear this. You know that like everyone has a different size between their like vagine and their asshole, right? Some people like have like an inch.
Yeah.
Some people have like 5 inches. No joke.
I've got 10.
Your asshole is on your back?
Yeah.
Well, then obviously you're going to miss. How do you toilet? How do you toilet?
We'll discuss this in the extras.
How do you toilet? That's awful. Because some people do their asshole as like at the top of their bum crack, right? Okay, you guys look very confused, but like there's there's obviously average sizes to everything on their body, but everyone's body is slightly different.
Yeah.
So some people, like, they might be shitting like straight out.
I've
Like, they sit
never
down
thought
and they
about this before.
I think about these things a lot.
Yeah, okay. Everyone, we need to phone
We
you a
need
lot
to
more.
start calling
We
me
need
more.
to start.
Am I
phoning Helen.
okay?
I think you're fine. You just.
Can I say I also had a bath last week and I read a whole book again? That's 2 books in 2 weeks.
That's very good.
And my life is very. I went to a castle and a tea room, and I went to see a movie with my friend, and I went to the Tate Modern and saw The Snail by Matisse, you know, and that's all very nice and good. I just also have a lot of time to think about how I share, and how now I'm thinking about people who have already seen my show because I have a bit. You know what? Never mind. I'm an unwell woman.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you for listening and see you next week. You guys, that was the episode that was. And now I'm going to tell you about our loggers that are, that were, that be. I'm very bad with the tenses. These are the lovely people that support me, and I'm going to read their names perfectly right now. Are you ready? I am. It's Alex McPugh, Amy Sheppered, Anthony Conway, Anthony, thank you for the chucky. Asa, Catriona Windsor, Charley T, Charlotte Weemes, Claire Owen-Jones, Claire Scott, Chris S, Daisy Longshaw. Oh my God, Daisy, are you the Daisy that knitted me the Helen's log? I hope so. If not, hello, other Daisy. There's 2 of you. Congratulations. Dean Michael, Dougie Robertson, a Daisy chain. Oh, we'll get back to it. Yeah, there's something in that. We'll workshop it later. Dougie Robertson, Dylan Moorhead, Ellen Watson, Emma, Fayt, Grady, Helen A, Jack Blomfield, James Goulding, Jen Aitken, Jessica Allan, Jessica Birch, Jocelyn Hughes, Josie Perkins, Kate Thompson, Kelly C, Chloe, Leah Overend, Lisa G, Lucy, Luke Bright, Meg Hamilton, Melissa, Natalie Ford, Neil Redmond. I forget how hard it is to read names in like when they're like across the pages of it as a list. Neil Redmond, Nikki, shut the fuck up. Stefanoff? Is that like a Russian surname? Oh, okay. Slay. Nikki Stefanoff. Dosta prima chachanost. It's the only word I know. It means sightseeing. Noel Bucha. Oh God, how do you say that one? Oh God. Okay, we'll Peter New, Rachel Smith, Rebecca Locke, Rochelle Harker, Sadie Cashmore, Sally Galula. I think I said that last week. Galula. I'm sticking with it. Galula. Oh, either way, slay. Sammy Duke, Sarah Bell, Sarah Deakin, Serena Painting. What are you painting? Simon Moores, Subi Lynch, Sophie Shivers, Stephanie Catraccia, Stephen Chicken, Tamsin Smith Harding, Tina Lindsay, Trina McSay. I think that went very well until I was like, oh no. Thank you.